Hey, what's going on with y'all, man? It's Black Balloon, and I'm coming back with the part 2 to the Kendrick Johnson story. All right, so no intro to this video. I just kind of wanted to get right to it because I actually, I had this part originally attached to the first video I released yesterday. I took it off because it would have been over an hour long. And, I know a lot of y'all will say, we appreciate hour-long videos and stuff like that. But the majority of y'all don't finish the entire video. How do I know? Because you comment things that I talk about in video before I talk about them, telling me as if I didn't talk about it in the video. So I know you didn't watch the whole video, which that happened with this video. A lot of y'all, jumped to talk about the two boys, the two white boys that were the son of the former FBI agent. And if y'all would have just watched the entire video, you would have heard me give my opinion on that toward the end of the video. So that was really why I just split this video into 2 parts. And, I'm just kind of redoing my talk because I read a lot of y'all comments. So I got a couple different points that I wanted to go with. So I'm actually glad I split the video into 2 anyway. And this is not something that I pre-recorded a few days ago. Because a lot of y'all had some really good comments. A lot of y'all caught a few things that I didn't even see myself. So just wanted to come back with this part 2 to kind of go a little bit more into detail about the 2 sons and to just give my final thoughts about it on why I really don't believe the 2 sons had anything to do with it. Now, as I said at the end of that video, I didn't believe the 2 sons had anything to do with it because I thought it was basically, it was a racial kind of like propaganda bait, baiting you with the narrative of black and white. This was exactly what I said toward the end of the video, which is why I don't truly believe they had anything to do with it. Now, a lot of y'all may disagree with me, and that's fine, because at the end of the day, neither me or you truly know what happened. We can kind of just speculate and put the pieces together, as I always say. So it's fine if you disagree, if you think this was racially motivated. If you think this was over a girl, some people say this was because of the sheriff's daughter that he supposedly had sex with or that he was dating, and one of the dudes were jealous or could have been jealous and they got into it over the girl, or who knows. Honestly, I don't think anyone truly knows. I'll even go as far as saying I don't even think most people that went to the high school at that time in 2013, I don't even think they know who killed him. Because we got to think about it. And this is where I say, now, if the 2 young boys, the sons of the FBI agent, if let's just go with the narrative that they killed Kendrick Johnson in the high school. You know how the autopsy said he had blunt force trauma to the neck. Now let's go with that narrative, and let's just say they used the weight. Some people even know the pound of the weight, a 45-pound weight. That would be pretty. That's out the window. 45-pound weight is big. It's pretty round and big, and it's heavy just for one person. And to actually hit someone, you would actually have to drop it on their neck or be very strong to swing a 45-pound weight, or even dumbbell. The dumbbell is pretty heavy for 45 pounds. You know, anything that's small and solid, 45 pounds is pretty heavy. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's just go with that narrative. Let's just go with the narrative that he was hit with something in the neck. And that was the blunt force trauma that killed him, done by one of the brothers, right? All right, so boom. We know they did not kill him in the gym. It didn't happen in the gym. Number one, if they use weights to kill him in the gym or wherever, there's no weights in the gym. The weights are in the weight room. In high schools, weights don't just make, they don't just go from the gym, from the weight room to the gym. They don't just like magically appear in the gym or anywhere around the gym. They're going to be located in the weight room. They're not going to leave with any weights. So now we have to question, where was he killed in the school? All right. We have none of that. All we have is footage of him supposedly entering the gym. We already covered that. And footage of him just coming down the hallway and being in the gym. The doctored footage. We have nothing else. Nothing else. We don't even have the footage of them finding his body. So I want you to think about this. They would have had to kill him in the weight room or near the weight room if it was done with a weight. That's what we're assuming. We're not sure. We're not sure of it. We don't know it was exactly done with a dumbbell or some kind of 40, 45 pound weight in the weight room. So that's one of the biggest questions, is where did he die? Where did he get killed at? To where they had to go and roll him in a mat and basically, stage the scene in the gym, because that's really what happened. They staged the scene in the gym. This goes back to another point. All right. If the two young boys killed him, now we're going to assume they killed him, right? They panic. They first call their dad. Now we got to think about this, y'all. All right. Dad, I'm panicking, blah, blah, blah. I just killed someone. We just killed someone. We need you to come to the school, just like I said in the last video. Think about it now. Think about this. We need you to come to the school, do your shit, do your connections, be a former FBI agent, cover this shit for us up. Cover it up for us. We fucked up. We killed him. We didn't mean to. Now we have to think about, all right, so they're just going to stand around an entire dead body, wait for their dad to come to the school, make some calls, show up to the school. That leaves another question. What time was he killed? Was this after school? Was this at 12:30 p.m.? Was this during the middle of the day? There's a whole dead body laying somewhere in the school. How did he get to the gym? Where did the body come from? Now, do y'all see my point? In the midst of them calling their dad, now this is the guy who supposedly did the cover up and all of that shit. So you telling me no one in the school would have saw the body? No one. I'm talking about not one single kid. We can't believe the shit that they just put out about some audio leaked of someone confessing that they did it. You can't believe that kind of shit. Don't be that gullible.
The Lowndes County Sheriff is investigating new possible evidence in the case of a teen found dead in a high school gym. Kendrick Johnson's family say they recently obtained a recording of someone who may be confessing to killing him. The 17-year-old was found dead in a rolled-up gym mat in his high school 8 years ago. An autopsy ruled his death an accident, but his family has always believed he was killed. They turned over the 25-second recording to the sheriff earlier this week.
And I quote, "They're gonna catch me anyways. I should have never done this. I was young and stupid. Kendrick didn't deserve this, man." A couple of seconds go by and he ends with a very tearful, "They're gonna catch me anyways."
The family says the audio was secretly recorded by the person's family member who sold it to them for $1,000. Lowndes County Sheriff Ashley Polk says they are working to authenticate the clip and will ask the GBI for help. He also confirmed the recording may possibly be someone already questioned in the case. Earlier this month, the sheriff announced he was reopening this case after getting new evidence from a federal investigation.
We're talking about years later. We don't know who the hell left that audio. So don't be that gullible. The point of this whole thing, they did not kill him in the gym and then roll him up in the mat. That would be easy. Then it's like, okay, cool. Maybe the two white boys did do it. No, he was killed somewhere else in the school. And then staged in the gym to make it seem like an accident. So that means his body was took from another location inside the school to the gym. Now, this is another thing. The parents said they filed a missing child report, whatever. They filed it the day before he was found. So let's just say it was a Monday that they filed the report. They didn't find him until the next day during school. So they had from whatever time he was killed to the next day, which to stage it basically. Basically, this all happened overnight. But the biggest question around that narrative is, what time did he die? What time was he killed? Now, a few of you were very smart. You said, all right, maybe that's why they took the organs out, so they wouldn't be able to find a time of death. Because they have no organs. They don't know what time he died. So you have to think about it. How in the hell will they cover up something that happened during the middle of the day? How are the kids gonna hide the body in the middle of the school somewhere, some random place in the school? They were able to hide the body, wait for the dad and whoever else helped the dad to come and cover this shit up. Think about that. How in the hell does that make sense? If that was the case, somebody would have saw the body. He didn't get killed after school. Most high schools are getting out at 3:30, 3:45. He didn't get killed after school. And then they called the dad like, yo, come help us and come do this shit. We made a mistake, blah, blah, blah. No, this happened during school hours. So where was the body in between the time of them setting up this cover-up story? This is why I said I don't believe they were involved and I don't believe they killed him. It's almost, if you think about it that way, it's almost impossible. Another student would have saw the body somewhere. You got to think about it. This happened during school, bro. How is an FBI agent and a few more people going to come during school and cover this shit up? Ain't no way his two sons killed that boy, then carried him to the gym, rolled him up perfectly in the mat, and just left him there. Hey, come on, y'all. Come on. So for the people, like I said, it's okay. If you want to disagree, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to get mad at people who have different opinions and shit. But you have to listen to what I'm saying. It's literally impossible. Those are like the two biggest questions. Where did they originally kill him inside the school? And what time did they kill him? Like, you got to understand, if it was a cover-up to that level, literally everyone would have had to been involved. I'm talking about the high school students, the principal, whoever was walking down the hall when they killed him at first, wherever they killed him at. Look, we do not know the details. There's so much questions, so many questions and no answers. Way more questions than answers. So how could you possibly believe that the two boys had anything to do with it? And trust me, this is not me. I'm finna show y'all the clip that they did when this all happened. But trust me, this is not me on here trying to take up for them or make it any lighter on any other cases that may have went down like this. Trust me, I'm just, y'all know how I think. I'm just, I think, a little bit too much to just accept that being a narrative, because it doesn't make sense. By now, there would have been some random teenager who came out and been like, yo, I saw the body. I saw them carrying him to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. That means the stage, when they staged his body in the gym, it was done after school. But you have to think about it. Kids are at the school. If you get out at 3:30, 3:45, there's hella shit going on. That might have, I think it was in January when it happened. So you got to think about it. Basketball, I think basketball might have been over by January, but you got to think about it. People are still at the school. 5:30, people still there. It's still stuff going on. After school activities, all kind of shit. Teachers ain't even leaving until damn 5 probably. So where did they have the time to do all of this shit with all these people on campus at school? Where was the time frame that they staged it? That's why I say, man, it's pretty much damn near impossible that the 2 young boys were involved. And speaking on that, we're gonna get to this clip. I've kind of talked enough right now. I'm sure a lot of y'all probably seen this clip before, but just for the ones that maybe haven't, and so you could kind of feel the context of this video a little bit more, check this out.
2 sons of an FBI agent are describing raids on their residences in recent weeks in connection with an investigation into the death of a Valdosta high school student found rolled up in a gym mat. And their mother says they have not spoken to prosecutors, police, or the grand jury. But now they've talked to Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie. Mark live in DeKalb County with excerpts from those interviews that are new since 5. Mark.
That's right. We are live outside the Atlanta field office of the FBI. We are told that is where the father of Brian and Brandon Bell was assigned, though he worked out of Valdosta. But it was another federal agency that apparently showed up at his son's residences recently.
This is where they knocked the morning of around 5 a.m. You can see the scuff marks from the shoes as the U.S. Marshals knocked.
I was laying in bed, I got a bang on my door.
Tactical gear?
Yes, sir, to the nth degree.
It was just like, it's about the Kendrick Johnson case, the ongoing Kendrick Johnson investigation.
Brandon Bell says what he and brother Brian Bell woke up to in 2 different rental places July 21st was worse than a bad dream. Deputy U.S. Marshals serving search warrants in connection with the mysterious death of Kendrick Johnson at Lowndes High School in 2013.
I was just really shocked.
I broke down and cried.
I really had no reason in my head why they would be here.
It just keeps on getting worse.
One might imagine Kendrick Johnson's mom feels like she's in a nightmare that won't end.
Kendrick gives me strength. He was our baby. He was my son.
The Lowndes County Sheriff says after a thorough investigation, his office agrees with the state medical examiner that Johnson's death was an accident due to positional asphyxia, that he wedged himself in a rolled-up gym mat trying to reach a shoe and could not get out.
I would imagine practically every one of your viewers sat scratching their head.
And a lawsuit by Johnson's parents alleges a group including the Bell brothers, sons of an FBI agent, violently assaulted their son, leading to his death.
My only angle is to find justice for my son.
But the Bell civil attorneys, Patrick O'Connor and Bryce Ladson, say the July 21st search warrants sought text messages, emails, and the like relevant to alleged witness tampering and obstruction of justice.
Is it possible you were involved in any witness tampering or obstruction?
No, sir, in no possible way whatsoever.
Have you obstructed justice in any way?
No.
Have you tampered with any witnesses, tried to influence anybody, tried to stop somebody from talking in the Kendrick Johnson investigation?
No.
Where our viewers can look in your eyes, did you have anything to do with the death of Kendrick Johnson?
No, sir. Nor me or my family had anything to do with his death.
Both Bells maintain they have rock-solid alibis.
Where were you?
I was in class.
Videos, pictures, and theories abound online about what happened, some involving school surveillance video. We talked to Brandon Bell about his appearance.
I was changing clothes before I had to leave for the wrestling tournament that we were going to. And I went in there to check my weight the first time. I changed, and then the shirt that was assumed to have blood on it, that they had circled and said blood, it actually said RLX. It's a type of polo.
How's it feel to get your side out?
Great. Because I finally, we've just been sitting here. Not just letting everybody else talk. It's our time to talk.
Now, a March 2013 document in the file suggests an attorney told the sheriff's office that after consulting with the father of Brian and Brandon Bell, he advised them not to make a statement. We are posting extensive raw video at WSBTV.com, and tomorrow on Channel 2 Action News at 5, video identified as a raid on the home of FBI agent Rick Bell, and what his wife has to say about whether the level of force on display was appropriate under the circumstances. Remember, that's tomorrow on Channel 2 Action News.
All right, y'all. To me, I don't know about y'all. To me, that shit seemed rehearsed. It seemed like the news crew or whoever pulled up to do the interview and question them and shit, it seemed like they got there about an hour or two early, and they damn, rehearsed and talked about what they was gonna say, what they was gonna film it at. We want y'all to kind of look sad, make it, sell it, sell this innocence that you two young white men have, sell your innocence. It just really seemed rehearsed. And you notice we didn't see the dad, we didn't see the mom in those little clips that they showed and made available to the public. I couldn't find any more footage of that that supposed interview or whatever, whatever went on when they, went and questioned them. It looked like they did it right at their home. There's no footage of them like at a state police station or anything. Like it sounded like that was a reporter. It wasn't even the police who interviewed them or questioned them. Obviously I'm pretty sure maybe that happened, but it's not something that they was gonna show to the public. Probably because it never happened. But as you can see here, this is their dad, Agent Rick Bell, former agent now, but he was actually an active FBI agent in 2013 when Kendrick Johnson was found dead. And that is obviously the one of the sons. I think that is Brian. I think that's the one that had the scholarship to Florida State, and it got pulled away because of all this stuff that was going on or whatever. And the other brother was like, I think a wrestler, and I don't think he was around when they say Kendrick was like, in his like last moments. But we finna go to that article real quick, because I found this, whoever the Orlando Sentinel is, I don't know, by David Whitley or whoever wrote this. It's crazy. That was on August 21st, 2015, right? So they did this article kind of like, they wrote it in kind of like a, them basically saying that what the parents were trying to do, was just like a big joke. Like how could y'all possibly blame the FBI agent, the superintendent, and the sheriff's office and stuff like that. They did the article in a way of like basically saying all the new, claims and cases that the family was trying to file was basically a bunch of bull, and it's no way in hell they covered this whole thing up, basically, right? And there was one part in here. Well, I think here it says that they amended the lawsuit and claimed that Lowndes County Sheriff Chris Prine, Lowndes County School Superintendent Wes Taylor, and Bell's father, FBI agent Rick Bell, placed Kendrick's body inside the wrestling mat so it would be found the next morning. That was a lawsuit that the family was trying to basically file and, basically blame them for covering it up. Which we know this was covered up. We definitely don't know how and when they did it, but look at what he says. Now, this is basically the only part of the article, I agreed with, because this was what I just got done explaining in the video. He said, let that sink in for a minute. in the middle of a busy school day, the head of the school system, the head of the county law enforcement, and an FBI agent decided they'd sneak a corpse into the gym and stuff it inside a rolled up wrestling mat. I want y'all to pay attention to what he just said. Now, you gotta remember, they're doing this article in a way of like, oh, the parents are fucking nuts. They're fucking crazy for even thinking that this would be possible in the middle of a school day. That's how the article is being written, you know? So basically mocking them, trying to, find justice or whatever. So read it again. He said the head of county law enforcement and an FBI agent decided they'd sneak a corpse into the gym. They'd sneak a corpse into the gym. That's exactly what I said happened. They brought the body into the gym because he was killed somewhere else. He just told you how it happened. Even though he's doing this, he's saying it in a way that it's impossible, that it's no way that it would have happened. Think about it. Really, as this article said, let that sink in. Y'all just heard me talk about this. Just said, and I found this article really as I was doing the video. After I had already recorded that part. And then I go and I find this basically the same thing. Now, rather this person, believes this or is just, really doing this in kind of like a mocking way, a mocking way, to basically say that the family is nuts for thinking this way. He just told you how they did it. Because that's obviously what had to happen. That's why I told y'all it was no way, it could have been no way that they were actually involved. Because then, but we, the thing about it is, what time did all of this happen? That's why he's saying let it sink in for a minute in the middle of a busy school day. You got to remember, he last went, this is what they're telling us. He last went missing at like 12 something in the middle of the day. That's the last time they had him on camera. But remember, the timestamp on the frame, we don't know if that's actually the time of the day that it was on January 10th, I think. That was the day before he was found. So that would have been the last day he was on camera at school. We don't know if the time frame is actually what time of the day it was when he was on that camera. So think about it. Think about it. And obviously later on, they ended up basically taking away that lawsuit and not trying to pursue it. They said a typographical error, basically that, I don't know. I guess that's, I don't know what that means. I guess they typed it wrong. They typed the accusation wrong, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what that means, but the whole point of this, and I just found this article to be interesting because he said this part about it being in the middle of a busy school day, and basically how in the hell would they cover it up in the middle of a school day? And that was my question to y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was saying somebody would have had to see this shit happen, So it's like, when did he actually die? Did he even actually get murdered in the school? We ain't even asked ourselves that question. Look, we have no other footage from any of the day. They only show us the footage when he's around the gym because they want you to be focused on the gym because that's where his body was found. Notice we don't have any film from anywhere else. If supposedly it was 12 to 1 o'clock when he was last seen on the camera, where was he the rest of the school day before that? In the morning, can we get a little video of him going to his first class? Coming to school, there's cameras everywhere. Remember, they use the number 36, and I appreciate a lot of y'all bringing up the number 3 and 6. Remember, they use that number, 36 cameras? So it's guaranteed some of those cameras got him in the hallways early in the morning. So we need to see proof that he was actually at school. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really have to ask that question. Was he even murdered in the school? Think about that, bro. Think about it. And then another thing about that is, how a lot of y'all was saying, a lot of y'all was saying stuff about the fact that he might have had shorts on in his picture because you can see his legs. And I did think about that. Because in this video as well, it looked like he got shorts on. But in that picture of him in the gym, he got on jeans. But I told somebody in the comments, the thing was, the picture of him in the gym where he clearly has on jeans, those colored jeans are the same color as those right there. You can tell they're the same color. So I don't know if these are his pants that are like bunched up and it looked like he got on shorts, or if these are actually shorts. Now obviously his pants are unbuckled. You can see the split. You can see the zipper and shit. So these could be shorts, but these could be his pants bunched up. So I'm not really sure. But if they are shorts, then wow. You know what I'm saying? Then we got him on camera in pants, and then we got him right here in shorts. But I can't really tell if these are bunched up or not. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to just sit here and just say that these are shorts that he has on. I don't know. So, I'm not gonna, keep this going too much longer. I feel like I probably covered everything that I can cover to try to, just make y'all think about it in a different way and kind of get my point across. Once again, this is to not take away from the cases that, actually happen because you are black and because of the way you look, because of the way we look, because we got these dreads, or just being black, period, is not to, take away from the cases that actually do happen because of racism, because it still exists, and it definitely exists in Georgia. So don't get me wrong. I know the, the reality of this shit. Trust me. But this right here, this is a head scratcher. This ain't one I could just take for what they say and just believe that, oh, this was a white and black thing and he was murdered because these two young white boys decided that they didn't like this girl, him dating this girl or whatever, you know what I'm saying? There's way too much occultic symbolism in this. Way too much. So that's that, man. That's the part 2 to the Kendrick Johnson cover-up. I think that's a good title. I should have named the first video that. But anyways, man, y'all already know what's going on. I appreciate y'all once again. It's Black Balloon, and I'm going to see y'all soon.